Hello, it's 9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition for tonight headlines. We have concerning the presidential towers at the sub-prefecture of Damerjog, the second stage of the President Tower. For the international scene, 5 people killed at shootout in Milwaukee in a state. Welcome to our newsroom. The President of the Republic, Ismail Omar Guelleh, continues his towers in Artas region. After the capital, it was the turn of the sub-prefecture of Damerjog. On his arrival, the head of state did not shirk to the pleasures of taking a crowd bath with the population who came to show him a warm welcome, commensurate with the importance he attaches to the development of the sub-prefecture of Damerjog, which houses the project of the industry zone Djibouti Damerjog Industrial Development, better known by its English acronym DDID. A mega project that includes the construction of a new industrial zone parks in the Damerjog region, where he is considered a turning point in the infrastructure of our country. Authorities, local elected officials, traditional chief and inhabitant of all mobilized this morning in Damerjog to welcome the President of the Republic, the Prime Minister Abdulqadir Kamil Mohammed, surrounded by the Prefect of Arta, Mohammed Sheikh Hassan, the President of the Regional Council, Almi Bouh, the Sub-Prefect of Damerjog, Abdi Shakib Noor, the Minister of Energy in charge of Natural Resources, Yunus Ali Geddi, a native of the region's main parliamentarian, were welcomed by the head of state as part of his fourth leg of his tour. President Ismail Omar Guelleh was accompanied by the Chief of the General Staff of the Armed Forces, General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim, several members of the government, including Interior Minister Mumin Ahmed Sheikh, Budget Minister Abdul Karim Aden Chair, Minister of Social Affairs Solidarity Muna Osman Aden, the Minister of National Education Vocational Training Mustafa Mohammed Mahamoud, the Minister of Agriculture Muhammad Ahmed Awale, the Secretary of State for Decentralization Hamadou Muhammad Aramis, and the Director General of the National Agency for Disabled Douale Saeed Mahamoud. According to the head of state, this tower is an opportunity to learn about the living conditions of the population living in the different districts of the interior and to see firsthand the progress of development projects underway in each of these regions. This is a new session of the requirement of proximity and contact, which since his assessment to the Supreme Magistracy, President Guelleh has never ceased to impose on his compatriot. The ultimate goals of these trips is for the head of state to listen to the populations of our regions from the interior in order to have all the practical and judicious experience for the adoptions of possible refocusing policy, a presidential tower that offers a particular valuable opportunity to carry out a critical assessment of major reforms, notably decentralization and the regional development project undertaken by for the benefit of our regions of interior. The President of the Republic visit one by one the different stands present in the ceremony, where small and medium enterprises of the localities Cloud enjoy presenting. Listen to Dini Musa.
The President of the Republic made a tour of the agricultural productions of the locality. Cooperatives from the Atar, Demirjog, and Duda were able to make a brief presentation to the President of the Republic on the imperatives of the environment and their structures. The President congratulated the agro-pastoral women for their role in the development of the country, and particularly for the animal and vegetable productions, with a view to achieving food and nutritional security. He particularly stressed the importance of strengthening local technical capacities through close and continuous supervision of agro-pastoralists. He encouraged women to better understand the objectives of the agro-pastoral development projects underway in the Demirjog sector. He also suggested that the agricultural cooperatives of the region should then flood and capitals market with fishery products of all kinds or agro-pastoral products. The President of the Republic also visited the stand of the Jiba Seafood Company, where a representative of the company explained the latest developments. A factory specialized in the exploitation, the treatment, the conditioning of the seafood to market its products as well as inside as outside of our country. About 100 young Djiboutians, some of whom are from the locality, are currently working in this factory.
Gesigi ku hiliyo haliyey baa loo xishaa Gesigi ku hiliyo haliyey baa loo xishaa Abdihi noo hagar baxee horow marka noo simo diga adiga ku qoran diga adiga ku qoran diga adiga ku qoran diga adiga ku qoran.
After the warm welcome of the population of Demirjog, who came from all the localities of sub-prefectures to welcome the head of state, who this morning is carrying out the last stage of the proximity towers to the citizens of the interior region, scheduled from this month of February. In Beijing, the President of the Republic visited the various commercial and handicraft stands by the women of Demirjog and young entrepreneurs of the sub-prefecture. President Ismail Margele opened the consultation meeting with the population. First, the head of state thanked the people of Demirjog for the warm welcome extended to him and his delegation. I am very proud today, he said, to come to Demirjog to discuss exchanges with our fellow citizens, to see together the difficulties encountered in our socio-economic process, to bring practical solutions to improve the living conditions of our citizens. The head of state said, he added that the purpose of his outreach towers is to exchange and consult with civil society and to listen the grievance in order to strengthen interactions between the administration and citizens, and exchange without intermediary of all hierarchy. The representative of the inhabitant of Demirjog exchanged with the President of the Republic a constructive debate touching almost of the file of development of basis, namely agriculture, water, electricity, fishing, entrepreneurship, women's empowerment, where education and vocational training, health, and others. Warmly welcomed by the inhabitant of the sub-prefecture of Demirjog, the number one of Djibouti thanked his fellow countrymen of Demirjog for the welcome and the interest that he brings to these meetings. He then recalled that the Demirjog region has enormous assets and development potential, that since independence it has participated fully in the socio-economic development of the country. The President of the Republic indicated that these meetings is an open sessions where the participants will be able in turn to express themselves and present their grievance without time constraint. The head of state finally indicated that it is first of all the inhabitant of this sub-prefecture of Altas region who will be able to help the development of Demirjog.
oo lagu talagali karo oo xididada dhaqaale halkani haddee toole madaxiisiina waan aragnaa dadkii u dhashayna dadaalka weyn ay ku jiraan u noo muuqda marka haddaad isbadisaan iyo haddaad soo koobtaanba hadalku waa idin furan yahay.
During the discussions, one of the inhabitants of the district of Damerjog discussed the achievement that have been achieved thanks to the President of the Republic, among them the supply of the district with solar energy, and that this area now benefits from lighting. He called on the President of the Republic to provide more employment opportunities for the people of the district, and said that the rest of many things had to be done by the President of the Republic, including the ports. This answered the President of the Republic to this question, saying that there are completed project and the constructions and future project. The President of the Republic stated that the main had highlighted completed the project under construction. Of course, there are future projects that remain. One of the young boys in the district asked about the creation of jobs for young people, and said that the President of the Republic had mandated this Djibouti Social Development Agency in this matter, and that the agency no longer had a vital project in the Duda and Damerjog region. That we are asking the President to do more projects in these areas for the benefit of young people, and that the agency is implement several projects in the rest of the region. And one of the aspects as the part concerned the infrastructure available in this area, such as schools, hospital, and said that the part was a new administrative area. He said that this area was called Damerjog, that the inhabitant and resident of this area had returned, asked the President of the Republic to build houses and homes. For his part, the President of the Republic had made a commitment to the lady to implement her demands. The key achievements, including the power supply and the installations of street lighting, he nevertheless asked the President for more job opportunities, especially for young people in the sector of as regard development programs. The Damerjog sector of the region benefits from a new dynamism thanks to the implemented on several projects and installations of a large group and institutions in the sector. Some projects are in progress and others we are on the agenda. We are going to continue our effort. Young youth representative emphasized the creations of jobs for young people. Development program implemented by the institutions for the benefit of young people have not absorbed youth unemployment. It has requested the renewal of the implementation of a specific development program for young people, like in other regions which can benefit the youth of Damerjog. A woman from Damerjog has witnessed the success of development project which has allowed the native to return, and she has requested the constructions of social housing. He responded to the concern raised by the women's representative. The meeting was held in a direct approach between the President and the representative of the Damerjog population, with the aim of improving the living conditions of the population in this sector. The objectives of these towers of the President is the consultation with the remote populations in the region of the interior and the sub-prefecture of Damerjog, the second stages of the towers in the Artas region.
نودعيه والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
الله نقبل ونقاجيب خير كان مدحوين وسوك على إلهي سبحانه وتعالى قال لقبته إلهي كل قرقاره إلهي سبحانه وتعالى أول بساق عمها هيي إلهي سبحانه وتعالى كتاجره وحفي عنه خير نوقبته أنت قد منها النور ما يستره إلا النور ما يستره يقول نقص عنين إلهي سبحانه وتعالى لقبته ويدي سنينا باهنا إلهي بعد ما إلهي سبحانه وتعالى باهينا هذا ما يو إنكم ولا لي الله كعبسون هل ما ضل لك عبسون إلهي سبحانه وتعالى يستغفر الله لقب إنكم ونقر قاري سبحانه وتعالى إلهي إلهي عمرك هذا يريو عفماتك الله وبركيه عمرك الله وبركيه عقلك الله وبركيه لما أنت الله نقبل ونقاجيبه الفاتحة.
As soon as he arrived, the President of the Republic opened the sessions. The President of the Republic opened the sessions, giving the floor first to the elders and the responded of the case-by-case basis. The representative of raised the issues of water access to the which remains difficulties for the inhabitants. In his reply, the health state indicates that the waters in the localities is not to good quality. A borehole will be really 20 kilometers away from Karta, where water is abundant and better from consumption. This project is being carried out and the bottom has been unblocked. Pending provisional solutions will be made available to them by a company operating in the localities and which has a machine for the desalination of seawater. The representative of the major localities who took the floor informed the health state at length about the major project carried out in the progress of in the major, which have literally improved the social and economic life in his locality. And the President of the Republic thanked and acknowledged the people. In view of the growing school population in Damerjog, he asked the President to build a high school in Damerjog. The President responded positively to this request and asked the Minister of National Education to initiate the necessary studies for the constructions of a high school in Damerjog. If the number of students permits, then the representative of WEA took the floor to raise the issue of the dilapidated water pipe that feed WEA. The President ordered the Minister in charge of water present at this session to rehabilitate the effective pipe. Finally, the representative of ARTA took the floor to thank the population of to the President of the Republic for all the achievements in this region. He evoked at length the various aspects of social life by indicating that all the indications were very in the green. He added that thanks to God, the last rains have relieved the nomadic populations who have suffered from the drought. The President of the Republic said he was very touched by the various testimonies from the population, indicate that these testimonies were as scourges of energy in his will and effort to continue the development of the countries. The meeting closed in an atmosphere of total frankness where tangible results emerged that will be beneficial to the population concerned. This remains the objective of this tower, to refocus government actions through consultation with the population in order to improve its impact on people's lives.
iskuulka wixii ka maqan wasiirku maqlaya isagana arrinkaasaan noo xil saarnay
annagu haddaan nahay carta iyo dameerjoog wax badan ood ka fulisay intii aad timiday iyaa jirta wanaagna waan sheegaynaa wixii yara dhibaataya jirtana xagga damban ka raacin doonaa horta waxaan ku horreyn doonaa wanaagga intii aad noo qabateen annaga waxaa noogu horreeya tareenkii Jabuuti iyo Itoobiya isku xidhayay ilaahay wuxuu ka dhigay halka yagiiba ka dhigay oo nagaad waa ka imanka adduunkii oo dhan ilaa Shiina ilaa Beijing meel kasta laga bartay oo nagaad arkay ku taala carta oo dameerjooga intaaba wax weyn naga noo aba halka kolkay ka bilaabanto waa isdaba taala arintu waa ta ilaa halka ka dhaadhacday ilaa warshadii caanaha jirta oo waliba warshadii caanaha anoo adiga yani si dirteen adiga aan kugu hadal qabsanayn warshadii caanaha dadka ka shaqeeyo oo dhan boqolkiiba boqol waa 100% waa duuda iyo dameerjoog qof kale walaa shaaqiyad walaa ku caana mismiisa iyo ku qaadaba halka bay ka socotay oo ilaa hawg iyo shirkadiyo saas isku daba yaala ilaa boorarkii ilaa abu yaasir awal annaga waxaan dameerjoog ilaa dadka kaba shaqo tagi karjebi oday shamadafeera iyo ina yaroo boorka nooga shaqeeya iyo 4 askaroo jeenahay unbaa ka shaqaynayay sekteerka intaa kale inteeda kale xoogsato ma iska hay in beeraha ka shaqaysata in caanaha maasha dad baadiye intaa ma iska xoogayga ma iska wada maalayn ina baabuur yar beer yaryanaysa maasha Allah maanta maraykankii baa horta adiga kula socday oo nagu ka horreeyay mar aliya markaad waddanka qabatay maraykankii baa duudo noogu yimid dameerjoog intii horreysay ka gashay ilaahay annagu ka dhigay dadaalkaaga annagu ma qarinayno dhibaato yaroo waxa jira annagu maanta dameerjoog waxa ugu weyn u baahanahay misle president waxaan doonaynaa liisee in loo sameeyo halka murtidoon baa hadalka laga raacaa iyo waxa kale oo doonaynaa biyihii waa iniga ka keenay Itoobiya ee waddankii ku soo xarqiyay biyo macaan baad keenteen iniga ministerka beeraha cawaale shaqadaad ka shaqaysan aad bay u fiican tahay biyihii dameerjoog ka imanayay beeri kor hadday milix noqonayeen naga dhanaanaadeen biyaha inaan naga xaggayga u soo furtino beeraha ku dalganno oo ku beerna doonaynaa oo marshuuciye ka samayno taas waka hadal murtibu dhintaaye inta qore dhaliil ee haysatay waxa weeye shirkadihii kolkay soo dagaanba dhari waxa la ninka u dhow baa dhakoonsada afartii shirkadda la socotay ee raggii ka madaxa inta yara kuuliga maana wixii kale oo dhan iyaga unba xagga ka keena intaana inaad naga eegtid oo naga huftid iyaan doonaynaa mise madaxweyne aad iyo aadna waad mahadsan tahay
aad baad mahadsan tahay waxa dee khayrka kolka aad runta ka sheegto adigana niyaddu way kuu fiicnaanaysaa annagana way noo fiicnaanaysaa maxaa yeelay dad wax qabtay dadkoogii u qabtay dalkoogii u qabtay horumarkiisa u qabtay ayaan isbidaynaa markaas wixii ziyaada ah ama wixii aanan weli la soo gaadhsiin iyadana tilmaamteedu waajib bay adiga kugu tahay oo inaad tidhaahdo taasi waa sidaa tanna waa sidan kolka xaafado cusub oo iminka nagaadh laga sameeyana waan aragnaa oo xaafad cusub baa meesha ka furantay oon arkay liiseedii haddeed waktigeedii uu joogaa baan u malaynayaa ilaan tiraa lagu shaqaynayaa soo maaha tiradii waktigeedii inuu joogaan u malaynayaa madaxu lulaya wasiirkii waa ka halkaa fadhiya iyaduna ta saddexaadna carruurta inaad wax bartaan annagaa dalbanayn si ay noogu sahlanaato in aan wixii dibad ka yimaad iyo wixii aad inigu halkaa ka abuurtaanba aad dadkiina ku horreysiisaan idinkoona iloobaynin kuwa kale ee inila dhashay ee gobolkiinaba ah inigoona iloobaynin dad dee hawlkar ah aqoontiina leh xirfadiina leh in la helo oo la iniga helo idinka weeyaan waajib annagana taasi waajib bay nagu tahay inaan keenno shaqadii idinkana waxaa idinku waajibay inaad xirfadleydii meeshaa munaasib ku ahayd waa kan aad tidhaahdaan siday wax u baranayeenna liiseeyo gaar u ah shaqooyinka qaarkood ama xirfadaha qaarkood haddii tu beeraley lagu wada ay tahay iyo haddii ay tu kale oo ma garanaysaa ay warshado lagu wada tahay iyo inaa hawsheeda lagu jirana waan nin sheegen
waxaan ka hadlayaa qasabadii qaarkood lixdan iyo biyaha lagu weecada waa burburtay qasabada kooraankuna waa nagu qaali oo berigii hore waa kii la yidhi gaalada umaan kooraanka ka iibsanaa ininku ma kooraadna naga iibsatiin intaana inaan naga dafiyaan doonaynaa dee xagga yara dare boorkana waa yaro quudareenayn assalaamu calaykum waraxmatullaahi wabarakaatu
qasabadaas dee haddii gabowdin maxay ka samaynaysaa meesha ya waad bedelaysaa oo waa u labaynaysaan weliba ها ويلي هذا بكل أون أنسلافين dry portka waan yara khaawisnaa buu yidhi wixii diyaar weeye
anu waxaan ahaa odayaashii kolkii xukun aad qabatay madaxtooyada 99kii 10 oday oo anu ku jira ku arfadhisto maxaa nii qabtaa baad naga tidhi waxaad noo qabataa reejo baa kaa doonaynaa wax kale oo kaa doonayno ma jiro haddaad wax noo qabanaysid reejo nasiibaa kaa nidhi reejoogii dawaad nasiisa reejoogii aad nasiisay waxaan nasiib kuu lahayn waan ka helnay dee wax kastaba waan ka helnay saami waan ka helno saamigii aan doonayna reejannadu lahaye waan ka helnay barwaaqaan ka helnay bashbash baan ka helnay dhereg baa lagu jiraa waana kuu mahadnaqaynaa cimrigaa ha jiro joog cimrigaa ha jiro caafimaadna ilaah ku siiyo jiroo joog assalaamu calaykum
sheekh cali waan aad baan ugu mahadnaqayaa shakhsiyaddee waddankani laga yaqaano oo weligiiba dadka mutafaa'ilka ee khayrka uu sheega ayuu ku jiraa aad baan u xurmaynaa aadna waan ugu mahadnaqaynaa waxaasina waxna hadalladaasina waxa weeyaan waxna dhiiri gelinaya annaga haddii mas-uulaa tahay oo lagu yidhaahdo shaqadaadaasi raalli baan ka nahay halkaa ka sii wad halkaa ka fiirso lagu yidhaahdo waxaa ku galaya yacni shucuur cusub iyo maxaanku idhahdaaye karti cusub baa kugu dhalanaysa taasina waxay kuu sahlinaysaa howlaha dambe ee aad qaban doonto haddii alla yidhaahdo aad baan nigu mahadnaqaynaa wixii dhimanna inaan gacanta ku haynay iyo inaan ku talagalnay inaan fulino weeyaanoo dee gobollada kale ka mid ah hadduuna ka khayraad badnayn intooda badan haddii uunan dhawaanshaha uu u dhow yahay dhulka ay warshadaha iyo ganacsiga badankiisu uu ka soconayo inkastoo oon isku dayayno inaan wada gaadhsiino gobollada oo dhan kolka ubaq laga soo bilaabo mid walba waxa uu ku fiican yahay dadka ay kaga faa'iidaystaan aan isleenahay.
The Artas region, due to the fertility of the soil and its climate in general, remains favorable for agriculture, whether at high altitude in Artas sectors and extreme east in damaged agricultural perimeters are often encountered. Listen to this report. The Artas region, due to the fertility of the soil and its climate in general, remains favorable for agriculture, weather, and high altitude in the Artas sector, and at extreme east in the Merjog agricultural perimeter are often encountered. These are vegetable garden and market garden operated by farmers who firmly believe in the potential of the land, as the main difficulties remains the availability of sufficient water. These gardens were confined to small areas and not cultivated in large areas, but this void has just been filled by the Friendship Dam project located in Langobale, not far from the city of Arta. This project, initiated by the President of the Republic, meets several objectives, including mitigating the adverse effect on flooding in some areas of the capital, but also they retain rainwaters to develop agropastoralism. These hydraulic structures with a maximum capacity of 14 million cubic meters of water broke record during the last floods with a peak of 10 million cubic waters. This is an enormous amount of water available until today, which according to the concept of the President should be used among other things for the development of agropastoralism. Thus, the Minister of Agriculture in partnership with the Ministry of Budget, has launched an important agricultural project called hydroponics. This modern agricultural method, which will be implemented near the dam, favor waters rather than soil tillage. Thanks to this method, the agricultural perimeters will not be affected by climate change. More production also with less labor and energy. In addition to this hydroponics project, the Ministry of Agriculture plans to distribute plots of land of the two banks of the dam to national and foreign investors with the means and capacity to promote viable agricultural projects. This rally will give a new impulse to the working of the land and hence to agricultural production. A presentation workshop on the National Statistics Systems opened this morning at Kempinski Palace. Listen to Dini Musa for more detail.
A presentation workshop on the National Statistics System opened this morning at the Kempinski, a meeting that served as a dialogue and exchange to a profound transformation of the National Statistics System with the aim of upgrading the production of public statistics. This reform will serve as a barometer for the institutional and administrative reforms undertaken by the government, but also as a response to the need to refine the statistical data that are used to plot the ever-growing macroeconomic outlook and to the continuous changes in economic, social, technological, and environmental conditions.
In his speech, the Minister of Finance congratulated the Directorate of Statistics for its exemplary work and placed these statistical reforms in a broad mural depicting the changing economic situation in our country. He stated that the institutional reforms that the government is undertaking need a coherent statistical framework capable of describing the current and future development of the main macroeconomic aggregates. The IFAO representative office in Djibouti, in close collaboration with the management of the breeding and the veterinary service has organized today at Hotel Acacia a workshop for the institutions of feasibility studies of the creation and operation of a Center for Genetic Improvement in the Republic of Djibouti. This restitution workshop is part of the IFAO technical programs implemented by IFAO representation office in Djibouti in close collaboration with the Ministry of Livestock and Fishery Resources. The strategic priorities of this project are to reduce poverty, strengthen the resilience of community livelihood in the face of threat and crisis. The main objective of this restitution workshop is to present and discuss the results of the feasibility studies on the operation of a Gut Genetic Improvement Center, which was carried out during the period December 2019 to February 2020. The workshop chaired by the Secretary General of the Ministry of Agriculture, Mr. Ibrahim Elmi Mohamed, and the representative of IFAO in Djibouti, Dademanao Pisong, was attended by some 50 participants, including senior officials and technicians from the United Nations Organization, European Union Delegation, Financial and Research Institution, representative of livestock farmers and administrative authorities of interior region. In a speech delivered at the opening of the feasibility studies, the Secretary General of the Ministry of Agriculture, Livestock and Fishery stressed that this workshop is part of the activities of feasibility studies and that it is an integral part of the work of Commission feasibility for the establishment of operation of a Gut Genetic Improvement Center in the Republic of Djibouti at will of the ministers and financed by the IFAO Technical Cooperation with direct technical support to the IFAO office in Djibouti. The mediator of the Republic of Djibouti, Dr. Qasim Ishaq Osman, is in Egypt where he is taking part in the Open Government Seminar organized by the Egyptian government in partnership with the European Union and the Venice Commission on 25-26 February 2020. The Open Government concept was launched in 2009 as a simple initiative to engage the government and its bodies in working with citizens in a process of transparency, collaboration, and participation. Yesterday, training sessions took place at CDC of RTD, where the staffs of branches and young unemployment graduates took part. Listen to Dini Musa.
A training session was held at the CDC in Hajdidi, where the staff of the branch and young employed graduates participated. Organized by ENAP in partnership with the SEGS, this training, which was initially launched in the capitals and then extended to the 5 regions of the interior, is part of the framework of capacity building for the managers and the community development centers. The event was attended by the CDC's PI Director Mrs. Khoresha Ali Gede and the CDC's Head of Monitoring and Programs Department, Mr. Ahmed Ali. At the end of a fruitful 2-day training, the young people were satisfied, claiming to be able to set up their own project.
The Djiboutian Women Union has organized a workshop and particularly sensitizing and informing the numerous guests who came essentially representative of their respective neighborhoods. These women have shared their knowledge of the that serve it and in Aquila. The main objective is to provide these women with advanced knowledge about prevention, awareness of violence against women must stop, and any other physical and moral presentation. UNFD threatens from their ascendancy a fight against all forms of evil. UNFD has set up a listening unit to give these women a voice and help them through their difficulties. These sessions will sensitize and inform the girls present to be wary and avoid in it altogether. UNFD offers support, listens, UNICEF guides, advises people in difficulties, offer certain balances at the level. As part of the fight against illicit trafficking in all its forms, the High Command of the National Gendarmerie has set up working groups specializing in this area with a view to joining forces and putting an end to these scourges. This initiative bore fruit of 20 February 2020 at 6 p.m. where the gendarmes of neighborhood 6 and 7 brigade reinforced the colleague of the environment brigade obtained the information on the detentions of sale articles, some of which are protected by the UNESCO World Heritage List. In the commercial district, immediately a supervised transactions operation was set up. At the right of moment, gendarmes arrested the seller and the owners of the shop. The supposedly precious stones involved were opals, rubies, and adelis, emeralds, and amethyst grains, and medical bottles containing with mercury. Scientific analyses are currently underway to verify the authenticity of these supposedly precious stones. For the international scene, health, Ebola, no new cases for the past 7 days, and the virus reduced in Beni. Listen to this report.
The World Organization was optimistic on Wednesday about progress in the fight against Ebola in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. No new confirmed cases have been reported, nor any confirmed deaths for the 7th consecutive day, the WHO office in DRC tweeted, based on data dated February 24, 2020. According to the same data published by the UN agency, the epidemic of Ebola disease is now reduced to the health zone of Beni, North Kivu. The Ebola epidemic in DRC is now reduced to one health zone, Beni, WHO noted, adding that the WHO team and its partners on the ground remain alert and continue to work hard despite insecurity and many other obstacles, to reach 0 cases. In a previous report, WHO said 5 confirmed cases has been reported in past 21 days, all in the Beni health zone, which remains the only remaining active outbreak of the virus. It should be noted that WHO have declared in July the 10th Ebola epidemic on Congolese soil as a global health emergency due to the risk of spreading to neighboring countries, Rwanda and Uganda.
In USA, 5 people killed in Milwaukee. Shout out of shootings at coffee shop in Milwaukee in the northern United States has left 5 people dead, local authorities said, with local media reporting that the gunman was a recently fired employees. More than 1,000 people were on the scene when the suspect of a 51-year-old man opened fire before likely turning his weapon on himself. Milwaukee Police Chief Alfonso Morales told a news conference 5 people, all employees of the company, fell under his bullets. Said at the same conference the mayor of the largest city in the state of Wisconsin, Tom Barrett, speaking on an unspeakable tragedy. American President Donald Trump had been the first earlier from the White House to put forward a balance sheet. Our thoughts are with the people of Wisconsin and the families, Trump said at the White House press conference. This is it for the news. Thanks for watching us.